Hello and welcome back to Let's Replay Mystery Case Files Prime Suspects. This is part 2, and I'm MCFPapa. And now we're gonna analyze Foley Zipper. And there's the battery. See what I mean? Like I said in the last part, you can just instantly see where the battery is. One thing I don't get why, well, I kind of get why they did it, but I don't like it as much, is unlike Huntsville, Ravenhurst, and Madame Fate, when you get all the items in a room, it doesn't fade into the map. I know they did that so, like, you don't get screwed out of getting the battery, but it would have been nice to, like, after you got the battery, then all the scenes you completed faded into the background. It's a minor thing. I know I'm probably being a bit too picky for a simple computer game, but oh well. One thing I like is they put the badges you get for some of the ranks in Huntsville and stuff, and you actually do have to collect them. It can crop up in the list, so that's pretty cool. My favorite part of Prime Suspects is the rooms like this where you can see the city skyline really well. It really makes it feel like it's a real city and stuff type area. And that's an interesting contrast with, like, Huntsville, where, as far as I know, there's either very few or none that actually, like, show the outdoors really well. Like, certainly not to the extent of this, with, like, showing the sky and stuff. So that was an interesting design change, because most of Huntsville's ones are just interior rooms. And there are some interior rooms like this one, but even this shows a skyscraper to the side. Like, this is more in line with what the scenes in Huntsville were like. Just focused on, like, a room with some shelves, maybe, or something. Like, this kind of reminds me of the pet store in Huntsville. Except with hats instead of pets. Oh, that's interesting. They made a typo. They didn't capitalize the first letter of the list there. Did they do it for one garden trowel? Yep. Now this is my favorite of the three things. It's the word search. And a weird thing, like I've noticed, is on the digital version of this game, like the words coming, like being eliminated, that sound effect, it never really plays right for me, at least on my modern computers. So I had to dig out the old CD, which I still have, and installed that version, and that doesn't have the weird sound glitch. So I don't know what's up with that. I also noticed a similar thing with like the environment sounds, which they don't like loop on the digital version I have. So like it'll play through once and then it'll just be silent unless you leave and come back. Look at that juicy tabloid that says slur on it. Aw, man. Though for Foley Zipper and like Annie Buddy Home and Barry Swanson, who are in scenes that need a battery, I prefer doing the Huntsville picture swap the tiles, because then you can see the environment more brightly lit and clear than what it is otherwise. But level 3 suspects down onto level 4 and still no prime suspects. Now we're on to Kara Donnan with her silly looking sheep hat with like an actual sheep's face still on it. That's kinda creepy. Ooh, we do get to do the 6 badges from Huntsville now. Yeah. I wonder, with like this frog, the frog signal, does this imply that Capital City has a frog man instead of Batman? Who knows? Now, I don't know for sure why, but for some reason, like, Tweedle's Dolls is my least favorite location in the whole game. I think maybe it's like when I was a kid and stuff, I'm like, I'm a boy, I don't want to play with no dolls and stuff, and then that like psychologically carries over even to today, when it's fine, a fine scene, like as good as any other scene. I like in the Rialto Theater, the movies, favorite things, the usual objects in plain sight along the stair. Because, like, that's really relatable. Like, having objects in this game to find that seem really familiar, that you should be able to find them. But then you pause and hesitate, and it takes like half a minute or more just to find it. And when you're trying to find it, you go through a long stair. It's especially appropriate if you have to do a long stair on this scene. But not today. Still no prime suspects. Who knows, maybe this'll be a record. The longest stretch of innocence without finding any prime suspects. I still would love to someday have a game where all of the prime suspects are the last 5 suspects you investigate. Because, I mean, theoretically that must be possible. I'm sure it is. But so far the longest, at least I've gotten that I've decided to record, is 11 suspects without a prime suspect. Because, like, a few years back I decided to record all my progress from, like, every game I played. And so in, like, the 7 games I've played since I started recording. That's the longest it's been. Alright, so that's gonna do it for this episode. Like and subscribe if you want. I'll see you next time when we investigate 101101.